Hey crocheters, this is Shannon with Dogwood Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet these lovely little scalloped baskets. You could use these for so many things. You could use them as yarn bowls when you're crocheting. You could put your plants in them. You could store supplies in them, pretty much anything, and they're super pretty and decorative. So I'll be showing you how to make this size today. This has 4 rounds in the base and 8 rounds total worked for the body. But you could easily customize this pattern to make these baskets whatever size you want. The full written pattern is linked in the description box. It's available on my Etsy shop. And let's get started. So to get started, I'm using a 7mm crochet hook. And then I'm also using some bulky number 5 t-shirt yarn. This is Mary Maxim home yarn. We are going to make a magic circle and place 12 double crochet into the circle. So chain 2, and then we do 12 double crochet. So do 12 and then I'll come back. All right, so I have my 12 double crochet, and now we're just going to pull on this tail to close our circle. And you'll notice here there are 2 strands of yarn here. One of them is going to start tightening as we pull on this end. And we want to find that one that's a little bit tighter and pull that first so that we can start closing the circle. And then we can pull on the end to close the other one. All right, so that's the end of round 1. We're going to slip stitch to join to the first stitch of this round, and then chain 2. Now we're just going to place 2 double crochets into each stitch around. So we had 12 stitches at the end of round 1, and then at the end of round 2 we should have 24 stitches. So depending on how big or small you want your basket to be, you can either do more or less rounds for this base. So I'll come back at the end of round 2. All right, I'm at the end of round 2. We have 24 stitches. We're just going to slip stitch to that first stitch of our round and then chain 2. And now we're just going to keep working this flat circle. So we're going to place one double crochet into the first stitch, and then we will place 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And we just repeat this all the way around. So we alternate. We do 1 in our next stitch, and then we do 2 or an increase into our next stitch. So just work this all the way around until the end of round 3. By the end of round 3, we should have 36 stitches. Right, I'm at the end of round 3. We have 36 stitches. We'll just slip stitch to the first stitch of the round and chain 2. And then for round 4, I'm actually gonna place my yarn ball in this basket and use it as a little yarn bowl. Look at how cute that is. Maybe I should name this like a yarn bowl instead of like a plant basket or a storage basket. It's really a yarn bowl crocheting accessory. Okay, so anyways, round 4, we just chain 2, and then we are going to place 1 double crochet into our first 2 stitches, and then we'll place 2 double crochets into our next stitch, or an increase. So 1 double crochet in our first 2 stitches, and then 2 double crochets or an increase in our next stitch. And just do this all the way around for round 4. So by the end of round 4, we should have 48 stitches. And I will put some instructions on the screen about how to keep working more rounds for the base of your basket if you want to make it even bigger. I'll just be doing 4 rounds for this basket in this video, but you could certainly easily customize this pattern and make it even bigger if you wanted to. So I'll come back at the end of round 4 when we have 48 stitches. All right, we're at the end of round 4 here. We have 48 stitches. So now I'm going to show you how to start working up in our basket. So we have our full base ready to go, and then we're just going to start working the body of the basket. So slip stitch to join to that first stitch of the round, and then we're going to chain 3 and turn. And the reason that we're turning is because now we're going to be working around and up, and we want this pretty part of our basket to be facing up on the inside of our work, since no one will really see the bottom of the basket. So that's kind of the reasoning for turning our work. So we just chained 3, and then usually we would work into our first stitch, but we're going to skip a stitch and work a double crochet into the back loop only. And then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip a stitch and then work a double crochet into the back loop only of the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the back loop only of the next stitch, and just repeat this all the way around. So we're going to end up with this mesh or grid kind of looking pattern, and the reason that we're working into the back loop only is so that our basket can the base can lay flat while these stitches that we're creating in the body can stand straight up. So just repeat this all the way around, no matter what size basket base you're working with. You can use this, just skip a stitch and double crochet into the back loop only of the next stitch, chain 1, and then skip a stitch, and just repeat that all the way around. So I will come back when I'm at the end of this round to show you what we do next. All right, I'm at the end of this round, round 5, and I've just completed my double crochets. So we had 48 stitches at the end of round 4, and now at the end of round 5 we should have 24 stitches, so half. This chain 3 doesn't count as a stitch, but if you did kind of want to count it, since it's sticking up on its own, we would have 25. So we're just going to slip stitch into that chain 3 and then chain 3. And now we're just going to repeat what we did in our last row, except instead of working into back loops of stitches, we'll just be working into these chain spaces here. So it's kind of like, I like to call it like a double crochet moss stitch. If you're familiar with moss stitch, that's usually single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and you work the single crochets into the chain space from the previous row or round. But in this case, we'll be doing this with double crochets. So we'll do our first double crochet into this first chain space here, and then chain 1, and then we'll work our next double crochet into this chain space here, and chain 1. And you just keep doing this all the way around. We're not increasing or decreasing. We should still have the same number of stitches at the end of this round and at the end of every round. So yeah, we just keep doing this, repeating this round until we have the desired height of our basket. So if you want your basket to be shorter, you would do less rounds. If you want it to be taller, do more rounds. So for my smaller basket here, we did 3 rounds in the base. 3 rounds in the base, and then we did 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds in the body of the basket. So that can be kind of a guideline for you if you want. This basket is a little bit kind of short proportional to most of my plant pots. So maybe do like 3 rounds and 5 rounds up if you want it to be a little bit taller. And then I think for this one, I'm going to do at least 5 rounds working up, but I might end up doing more just depending on what I want the basket to look like. So this pattern is very flexible. You can kind of adjust it or change it as you want it to look. So I will just keep working these stitches and then I will come back when we're ready to work our last little bit. If you do want to change color and have like a different color border here, just change color right before you do your last round of these double crochets. Otherwise, just work your double crochets until it's the height that you want it to be, and then I will come back and show you how to do the scalloped border detail. All right, so I decided I wanted to make my basket this tall, so I ended up doing 6 rounds with my beige color, and then I'm going and doing my last round of double crochets with my color change. So in total, I'll have 7 rounds of height when we did 4 rounds for the base. So again, you can do whatever number of rounds you want based on, you know, if you're doing this for a plant pot, you can stop and put this on your plant pot and see how the height compares to the height of your pot, or just by eyeballing it and looking at the proportions and seeing like, do you want a shorter or a taller pot or basket, I mean. So yeah, I'm just doing my last round here with my color change and just repeating all those same steps that we did in our round 6 and later. So just working those double crochet chain 1s into the chain spaces from our previous round, and just do this all the way around, and then I'll show you how to do this scalloped detail at the end. I'm at the end of round 7. I just finished working my double crochets with the color change. Then we're just going to slip stitch to our chain 3. And now we're going to chain 3, and we're going to work our last round for this basket with that scalloped detail around the top. So we're going to start by placing 5 double crochet into this first chain space. And 5. So now we have 5, and you can see we're starting to get our first scallop. Then we're going to slip stitch into the next chain space. Right? Now we're going to place 5 double crochet into the next chain space. 4, and 5. All right, and then slip stitch into our next chain space. And we just repeat this all the way around. So we will do 5 double crochet all into the same chain space, and then we'll slip stitch into the next. So just keep repeating those steps until you get to where you started. All right, so I'll come back at the end of the round. All right, so I'm at the end of my last round, round 8, and I just finished my last scallop or group of 5 double crochets, and I'm going to slip stitch into my next chain space. And then you'll notice we have one kind of extra chain space here. We're just going to skip over that and slip stitch into our chain 3 from the beginning of the round, just to join it all together. And then we'll fasten off and weave in our ends. So we had 48 stitches in our base round, and then we had 24 stitches or double crochets in each of our kind of body rounds, since we had the chain spaces. And now, because we were doing a scallop in every other chain space, we should be ending with 12 scallops. So of course, if you made your base a different size, these numbers would be different for you. But basically just think of it as, you know, whatever number you started with in your base, at the end of your base, divide that by 2 for your stitch count for going around the body, and then divide that again by 2 when you do your scallops. So that's it, and then you just fasten off and weave in our ends, and then we're all done. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. The full written pattern is linked in the description box. It's available on my Etsy shop. Please like this video and subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks.